love, y'all. It's your man Headkrack, and this is Trim and True, where sharp minds meet sharp lines. Today, we're kicking it with ATL's own Slimm Millions, the barber trusted by some of the biggest names in the game. And in the chair, none other than visual storyteller Kargbo Films, the man behind the lens of some of your favorite music videos and projects. It's not just about hair or cameras. It's about legacy, presence, and keeping your image locked in. Let's go. Yo, Slimm Millions is in the chair. What's going on, my brother?
Man, chilling, man, chilling. I'm glad to be here.
Glad to have you. And you're more than just a barber. You're a multi-hyphenate, a serial entrepreneur, clothing designer.
Yeah.
So how did the whole profession of barbering and hairstyling find you?
Man, it's really a long story, but I'm gonna give y'all the short version. So basically cutting hair is like an emotional battle slash, just temptation of everything. So I guess I can give y'all like the basis. I started cutting hair when my stepdad got out of prison. He cut hair, so I started doing it right behind him, like just seeing like he could cut hair. It was kind of fascinating. And then my dad always telling me cutting hair not a good job, so it just made me want to do it more. You know how kids be like, I'm going against you every single chance I get. And then boom, it's like, it really turned out to be something amazing. Like I do it every day now, and it's like, I can't see me doing nothing else. So
That's a weird dynamic because usually, especially young boys, don't rock with their stepdads.
yeah.
And the fact that you was like willing to follow your stepdad and his passions and be like, later for what you talk about, pops, and do your thing.
Man, it's like, man, it's like I said, it's like a kid thing every time, bro. It's like my stepdad was a real gangster, so I'm looking at him like, damn, I like that about him. And then my dad was a 9-to-5 worker, so it's like full circle moment. When I got older, I was like, damn, I really appreciate my dad for a lot of things because of the way he handled things. And then when I got older, I was like, damn, I hate to say it, my stepdad really a buster though. Like, I like the fact that he cut hair and that was it, but outside of that, he really was. I mean, shit, really,
But that's a perfect reflection on sometimes how a young child mind views certain things. We attracted to some of the most not necessarily righteous things, but seems exciting. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Like you want to indulge into certain things because it's like, oh man, that's off the grain. I want to do it for real. But other than that, cutting hair, it really opened up a lot of vessels too, man. You gonna do, like you said, serial entrepreneur. You gonna do everything because you see everything now, and you in the real world. So it's cool. Clothing lines, podcasts, interviews, like what we doing right now, stuff like this. Even what we doing, like I greatly appreciate just being in somebody else's space, just being able to see it from a third eye now.
Yeah. Now, who was your first major client that you got, and how did it make you feel to get that person as a repeat customer?
First off, shout out to Lil Jahar because he sent me my first major client, which was Huncho. At the time, he had 100,000 followers. I cut his hair. Crazy thing is, he invited me to like this little trap spot, and he was, working his move or whatever in there. And I'm low key like, man, that's a rapper that's upcoming. I'm finna cut his hair. I'm thinking it's finna be like a mansion or something. We go to the trenches. I'm cutting his hair in the trenches. I'm like, damn, this shit fire. Like, bro, really living life. What he talk about in his song? So I'm like, that shit crazy. Like I'm watching bro serve and everything. Not to put his business out there. Y'all know he done already beat the RICO charge and everything. So we good. Like I ain't trying to put his business out there. But then my most known major client, cause I never cut Huncho after that. It was a house call, and then boom, he ended up messing with a few other dudes after that. But I still love the fact that he gave me a chance.
That's what's up.
I ended up cutting somebody that I grew up with low key. I didn't grow up with him. I grew up with him as a client, and then he took off. It was Quan, Poppy Q on YouTube. He ended up taking off as I was cutting his hair. So he wasn't all the way there yet, but he was working on it. And then when he took off, it was like, damn, everybody know me for cutting his hair. And I didn't even know what he was at the time. Like, I just seen him pull up in some nice shit, and I was like, bro, what you do? And he was like, I'm a YouTuber. And I was like, dang. Then he ended up getting 1 million followers not too long ago, and it kind of helped my career a lot. So, boom.
That's kind of dope that 1 million plus people probably saw your work on the top of his head.
Man, he had shouted me out on YouTube over 5 to 10 times by now, and we got our own work that we collabed on. He actually got me my first 150,000 views on YouTube, and I was super happy. And then took off from there.
You know how producers have tags at the beginning of their beats?
Yeah.
if you had a barber tag, what would your tag be?
Man, it'd be $1 million cuts, man. I ain't even gonna lie, like I ain't gonna spoil it, but we got a special guest that's gonna come in and we gonna talk about all that too, y'all, cause we got our own YouTube and it's a tag on it. We got a song and all that go towards it. So maybe we could drop that song to y'all, let y'all hear it one of these times in the video or whatever. But it's $1 million cuts my tag. Every time I come in, I announce myself. It's $1 million cuts, y'all. It's another episode of $1 million cuts coming in hot. Y'all know what I'm saying? So boom.
I rock with that. Now, a
Yeah.
lot of times, people might walk through that door, shoulders down, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
looking a little wolfed out in the face. How do you make that connection between, confidence and style? You know what I mean?
Man, bro, I'm gonna tell y'all, like, barbering helped me with everything. Cause when I first came into the game, I was quiet. I was in that shell. Like, you would look at me, like, my nickname was Matty Ice. My real name is Matthew. My first barbershop, the owner used to call me Matty Ice because I used to be sweating when I'm cutting hair. Cause boy, I used to be cracking down, boy. Them boys used to be like, there go Matty Ice. You know, he finna start sweating when he get on that hard haircut. I remember I was doing a mohawk one day. He was like, don't start sweating, Matty Ice. Sure enough. But it's like it build character though, man. Just going to like a million different shops. I done been all over the place, y'all. I done been every barbershop in Atlanta down there. Like I used to work at Cut Curators. I went out there downtown. I was cracking in there too. I was like, man, I'm getting nervous again. But it's just situations like that. Huge shout out to Diamond Cuts with Yusuf. When I started working with him, I'm gonna tell y'all how I really feel too. I felt like Yusuf was the perfect twist of an entrepreneur that would help you slash jackass. So he'll mess around and put a lot of pressure on you on purpose, but it help you build though. Like he'll be telling you like, nah, you can't wear slides to the shop. You think like, why I can't wear slides to the shop? Whole time is he trying to tell you like, bro, be professional. Well, you think he getting on you, but he really helping you build though. It's really going to another level. So just getting around will help you get out that shell and be more, open.
How long did it take you to realize that was kind of the recipe of what he was doing? Because sometimes, people don't like to be, reprimanded or reproached. You know what I mean?
Man, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Me and Yusuf got into it real bad. We got into a fight one day, and it was like, man, I was sitting there the whole time, like, bro really be hating on me, dog. Like he hating on me. Bro, a millionaire. Bro got his own shop. He got a shop in Africa right now. Bro got X, Y, and Z going on. He got 2 shops just in Atlanta, and I don't know how many more he working on. But it was just like, I think years later when I realized like going to different shops and dealing with different managers and stuff like that, it was like, dang, like bro really set me straight to understand how to play chess with people that really try to indulge into picking on you, I guess,
Yeah.
or just trying to come at you. It's like you'll learn how to finesse it a little better. So that's when I realized it probably was like 4 years later, honestly.
Yeah, sometimes the best lessons take a while to settle in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a full circle moment for sure.
Yo, man. So, what's your creative approach to when you're like styling a head that's in the chair?
Man, I'm gonna get the fundamentals with that, to be honest. My creative approach is just do everything. Like it's not always about cutting hair. Sometimes you can remain a clientele just by talking right or just being able to be yourself. Like me, I'm always goofy. I'm always talkative. I'm always willing to just, explore what the other person got going on. As far as doing a good haircut, man, 90% of barbers should be able to do a good haircut. It's about what you do on the outside that kind of matters. Like I said, the YouTube, social media, the way you dress, the way you come in, that's what really stands out to a lot of people. I tell people all the time, I could post a haircut on my Instagram and I won't get no likes for it. But I could post something like me in Miami just chilling out there and I go 400 likes just for posting a picture of me. I'm like, damn, I just got 10 likes on a video of me doing a transformation and nobody cared.
It's
Like, damn.
weird how like the algorithm decides and picks what it's going to show love to, but the fact that it showed love to just you being you
Yeah.
speaks volumes on like just your personality and the energy that you bring, you bring to your situation.
Yeah, always be yourself. I think that's the best advice. Self.
Oh man, like so how do you feel like you represent Atlanta as a city through the work that you do?
Man, funny thing, I just talked to somebody else about this. They just did a podcast with me about they podcast Southside. It's a Southside podcast, and he just wants to talk about Clayco versus Atlanta or Southside, which is College Park, Old National. And one of the things I told him is like, bro, always stay true to you. So like me, I'm technically from Fairburn, Georgia, which is not Atlanta. And it's not the South Side technically either. But because I'm so well known on the South Side, I claim it anyways. But just always putting that out there, just telling people like, nah, I ain't from Old National or, Cleveland Ave or nothing like that or Clayton County. I'm from Fairburn. So it's just people always take a shock into like, that he ain't trying to be hard or nothing. He ain't trying to be something he not. So that really speaks volume for Atlanta, because there's a lot of people that claim Atlanta that's not from Atlanta. Like, just be yourself. Like, claim where you from, because people gonna respect it. It's like, dang, he ain't trying to be something he not.
Yeah, and all these other cities lit too.
Yeah.
Sometimes more lit. Sometimes people are more lit because they're not like everybody else.
Yeah, everybody's journey different. So, you know, appreciate what you came up in.
Or what's the time where you had to do like a Mission Impossible, where like somebody came in there and they wanted a cut? It was like, damn, man, you don't got the head shape for this. You don't got the follicles for it, but you pulled it off.
Man, crazy thing is, that'll go back to the question you just asked me, where it's like, what's the creativity step with a haircut? Now that's what my mind sparked, because now I'm like, yo, you ain't got nothing right here, and you want a full hairline? Say less. Now I'm about to pull out the enhancements. Now I'm about to do the imaginary lineup by prepping your skin, because now I'm about to see if I can really make these clippers hit. And now I'm about to make myself feel good. I'm about to boost myself with this haircut. And now we both finna feel good, because I know the work I'm about to put in is about to come out fire for me and you. And now I can go the whole day knowing like, damn, I really just saved somebody, like, and they gonna come back next week looking for that same exact cut. And I'm gonna be like, yes, now we got the creativity coming in every time. Cause you get bored easily too.
Yeah.
You'll be like, damn, I don't feel like doing this cut every time, bro. Like, you don't want to switch it up. But I mean, you gotta stay true. You gotta be able to stay energetic and positive, and you just keep your mind going. It could always be worse. So that's what I say in the back of my head. Like, sometimes I be like, dang, you could be doing something else but cutting hair. So that'll keep you, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, but you strike me as the type of person who would like literally say, hey man, you sure you don't want to switch it up? Like, have you ever said that to a client, and how did they respond to that?
It depends on the client, on what they getting done. Like, if they getting something that I don't like personally, you know, at the end of the day, you got to give them what they want. And that's what make a barber is doing what you was told to do. But yeah, I definitely will suggest it. Like, man, you think, you know, person might be thin up here, and it's like, I think a bald fade will hide it better, but they want a temp fade and they want the curls to rock. I'm like, all right, cool, do you? I'm gonna do it fire regardless. But I definitely will say, do you want the bald fade instead, my boy? Like, it'll look a little better.
Big facts. Well, yo, listen, we're about to see you do your magic in real time. We also gonna talk to your client. Man, thank you for being so transparent, Will.
Yeah, man, we here. $1 million cuts.
$1 million cuts, good. Welcome into the channel, Trim and True. We got my man Kargbo. How you doing, bro?
Doing good, man.
Oh man, so Slimm Millions, interested individual. How did y'all meet?
So basically I had a friend named Zoe. He passed away, and I remember he used to come to school and have like these unique haircuts. They're pretty interesting. So I asked him, I was like, where'd you get your cut from? And then basically he introduced us, and from there it was history, you know.
And when you say unique haircuts, is it like the lines, the style?
Man,
like
I remember Slim's old haircuts used to be so interesting, because he used to do like these front tapers, and it was like, it would be like so far back, but back then it was so fire, like everybody loved it. And yeah, like parts, things like that. But I always knew, like, when I saw his haircuts, I was like, yeah, his haircuts are like really nice. And um I think at that time everybody in the school just really started going to Slim, you know.
that's what's up.
So
Sometimes it takes that one person, and all of a sudden, like, oh, I want to find a guy. Let me take me to the plug.
yeah.
Yo, so you're also a cinematographer. How did that find you?
Okay, so I used to go to school. I played football in college, and it reached a point to where I had like a really difficult major, um, and I just didn't have time for football no more. But I was already filming. I was doing like a little YouTube thing, like a little reaction page. So then I kind of saw that the team didn't really have any good video, so I started shooting video for them, and my videos were actually better than the people who were paid to work for the school. And everybody's like, man, this is hard, and because I got good like really fast. So I started doing that. I left that school, transferred to Georgia State, because my family is mainly based in Atlanta. So I moved back to Atlanta, and from there I just started shooting music videos, started getting into that video world, and I started working and getting different opportunities and working with different people around Atlanta.
Got you. So, like, I mean, so many different styles of like things that you could shoot, be a part of, and film. Like, what is your favorite? You know, like, you know, there's music videos, there's the reaction videos you spoke of, podcasts. What do you like find like you get to be the most creatively free?
So when I first started doing video, my main thing was music videos. I was doing a lot of running guns. I was shooting in the trenches. Like I remember it was a few times I was shooting and like I had like guns pointed at me and you know different things like that, like reckless type of shooting. But like kind of transitioning, getting older, I kind of get more quality clients and I start getting into projects like commercial projects to where it's more like planning and more creative in that aspect. So I think my favorite projects now are more commercials and you know things like that.
Gotcha. It's crazy, like when you go from being in the trenches to
Yeah.
like, you know, like you on most rap video shoots, especially in Atlanta, like,
Hmm.
like maybe what, like 3 out of 10, a gun might show up, or would you say more?
It just depends on the quality of clients too, because I like to say like I shot like some real street dudes, but the real street dudes aren't gonna really have like guns or anything in their video because it's like they're on
Yeah,
probation and
yeah.
you know,
Keep
shit
that
like
energy
that.
off me.
Yeah, but like it's just the young dudes. I don't like to say YNs, but the young dudes that really have guns in their videos that are up and coming because they don't really know better for real. So
Mm.
yeah, but I would say it just really depends on the clientele, you know.
It'd be ill if like you do a Colgate commercial and somebody pull a gun out on that.
Yeah, it's just like, what are you doing?
Like, why is this happening right now?
Yeah.
Yo, man. So when you think about people's image and they look, right? Like,
Uh,
why? Like, you know, to people who are uninitiated and don't know,
mhm.
why is their image so important in the way they come across on camera?
It's just branding in general. I think a lot of times when we look at like people who are like successful in their fields, especially when it comes to social media, it's or even music or pretty much anything, it's just an image. It's like you have to. I think people call it like aura, like, but it's real though. When people talk about aura, it's just like someone that's like a cool like I feel like when people are gravitating towards someone as a person and that's a celebrity, they want to be that person. This person has energy that they seem as cool
Hmm.
or relatable. I don't really know one person that's a big celebrity that people don't people people don't want to be like. You see what I'm saying? Like it's more so like how can I say this? It's more so like they have like a vibe and a coolness and a image on camera that people really enjoy to see. If
Got
that
you.
makes sense.
And I think there has to be a level of relatability too,
Hmm.
even though people might be on like a higher plane or whatever, you know, but there's something I think sometimes people see in those people that like
Hmm.
pulls them in.
Hmm.
You know, when you think about it. Like so, you know, when you meet somebody like Slim and y'all energies connect and y'all got like a good vibe, you know, like how do you value that? Like, how,
Hmm.
because like it's so hard to make new friends,
Hmm.
especially like, as you become like an adult. So
Hmm.
like, like how important is that relationship that y'all have to
Man,
you?
I think it's very important. I just feel like since I met Slim, I'm not gonna lie, me and Slim never got into an argument before ever. Like you know like when people fall out and shit like that. Like I just feel like we just have like the same vision for a lot of things and we kind of align when it comes to goals and things like that. And we just have like and creativity too. I like when I work with Slim, it's like a lot of times it's like he just has a lot of ideas. And it's not just like random ideas, but like really he's a very creative guy. And a lot of times we collaborate and I say, well, this will probably look good on camera, or we could do something like this. But we just mesh very well, you know.
Nah, I love that, man. Well, yo, we gonna see the magic in real time, man. You in the chair right now. He about to be behind you, pause. And we gonna make this magic happen right here on Trim and True. What happened the first day that y'all linked up? What was the cut that you applied upon my man?
Didn't I mess it up?
I think you did. I'm not gonna lie. Well, I don't know. I feel like the first cut he did was just like a low cut. I don't think I remember the times that you messed me up, but it was just one time. It was like an accident. But I think it was just a regular low cut. But it wasn't really that memorable because I just kind of went there as like, because at this time he was cutting everybody at my school, so it's like everybody from my school is going to Slim, so it's just like a regular cut. I don't think it was really memorable for real, you know.
I know it wouldn't, cause I'm gonna tell y'all, I had the big head back then. I used to be like, oh, if you ain't somebody that I feel like, not to say it like this, but it was like this. I used to pick and choose who I thought deserved like a better cut at the time. I swear to God, bro. And then, like I said, bro, as you get older, like, once again, this is that diamond cousin. This is Yusuf pointing this stuff out to me as well, saying like, yo, you don't pick and choose who you go hard on. Like, everybody gets a good cut no matter what.
Wow.
And that's what I learned. It was like, damn, can't do that to everybody.
Like, I don't even know what they call, like, I don't even think there's a term for prejudicial cuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, we could call it, if you had to think of what that would be called, what would we call that?
Man, I could curse on here?
Yeah.
It's dick riding at that point. I ain't gonna lie. If you pick and choose who you gonna cut good, that's low-key dick riding, y'all. I'm gonna tell the truth, and that's what I was doing. Like, I pick somebody, like, don't get me wrong, like, so boom, Zoe, who we told y'all about earlier. I used to do Zoe cuts so fire, and that's who everybody came from was Zoe. So boom. So even his little brothers would come in, and I ain't even go as hard on they cuts. And it's like, they like, bro, why Zoe cut look like this and my cut look like that? And I'm just like, hey, man, everybody don't get the same, you know, results, you feel me? Like, you got to be a certain type of person to get this cut. And then I realized, like, oh, yeah, these folks going to start leaving if you keep playing like that.
I can't believe you said that out loud.
Man, shit, it's 10 years ago, y'all, so we good now.
We're
like,
different. Everybody evolves, right?
Everything different now, boy. I remember sending out text messages saying, hey, I'm stepping up my game, y'all. Like, I'm not bullshitting this year, y'all. I'm going crazy this year. And it was a mind thing. You really... Being consistent in the barbershop is not as easy as people think it is. It's like imagine going to a job early in the morning, you start out strong. By the end of the day, you tired. So you just probably like, man, I'm finna put like, whatever I'm doing at the end of the day, I'm just finna put this up and call it a day. It's like, nah, you can't do that in a barber game. It don't work like that.
Yeah, I'm glad you figured that out in real time. I'm sure, like, you know, a lot of heads out there in the streets are better because of it.
Man.
Kargbo, tell us about a time where, like, a fresh cut, you know, set the tone for, like, a major project you was working on or something.
Man, I've done so many haircuts with Slimm. I would say it wasn't really a project, but I would say I think I went to him for prom.
Okay.
That's pretty nice cut for prom. I felt fresh, you know.
Yeah.
That's an important, like, how do you feel knowing that you were the choice? Because he could have went to anybody for that prom cut. This might be the first time he ever got, that wasn't your first time, though, right? You ever got something, right?
Wait.
You ever got something? Because usually, sometimes people do it at prom for the first time. So, like.
Yeah, you didn't lose it till college, right?
What?
Your virginity?
Oh, Jesus. Wait, what? I'm like, where are we going with this?
He wasn't ready. No, so like I'm saying, a lot of times at prom is the first time people get some. So so was that your first time getting some cut?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
But how does it feel to be the guy?
Man, I'm going to tell y'all, man, like, I know I like to talk a lot. I'm going to give y'all the breakdown on this. So a lot of high school people don't come to me until important events. They be saying, like, it's too much. It's like, because I charge $55, so they like, only come to Slimm when I need something important done. So high school graduation, prom, I used to get all those cuts, like, for that time period. So I used to always feel like during the regular season of things, like, let's just say it's just nothing going on, like, damn, like, why my business so slow? Am I tripping? And then they be like, bro, you too high. Like, I only come to you for important stuff. So I used to feel good about that until things slowed down again. I was just like, damn. I guess we're going to have to do something else in the meantime. Because I'm not lowering prices. It's like, fuck that. But
The cost is the cost.
the cost is the cost.
Big facts, man. Yo, so what do y'all typically talk about when y'all are together in a chair? Because y'all have such an interesting I would watch this show.
Man, believe it or not, me and Khalil talk about a little bit of everything. Like, bro, from commercial ideas. Because like I said, it's like, he more than a business partner to me, like, for real. Like, I literally talk about life with this man. Like, and I'm a person that firmly believes that you only got 2 to 3 real homies that you kick it with. Mm-hmm. And he's literally in the group. I only got 2 other people, and that's Jock and Zach, and then him. You know what I'm saying? And I be around him probably more than everybody. So it's like, shit.
When you say Jock, is this a French man or young Jock?
He from New Orleans, actually. So he is what you call Creole. Yeah, he a barber too. I actually was gonna suggest him to y'all show as well.
Okay.
But man, what's some shit? Man, I'm gonna be transparent. I don't know if he want to talk about it, but even with the friend that died, like, me and him have like split like opinions on it for real. But it's like, to me, he died in a car accident. I always say he died, you know, on an accidental above type thing. And he always kind of like, nah, bro, you got to be driving safe. People shouldn't be driving how they driving. So, you know, our differences on that, like, that's something that we just talk about. And then we also talk about real life shit. Like, man, I hate that I got to pay bills this month. Like, why I got to pay this much to live in Atlanta? Like, I want to move to Miami now. So it just be anything for real. But like he said, we don't argue though. Like, we literally debate, but we don't argue. Like I said, I'm not losing my videographer over an argument, y'all.
Yeah, I think one thing, just in general too, because I mean, it's sometimes that we could argue, but it's just like we're both two people that agree to disagree for a lot of things, because we don't feel the same way about a lot of issues, but some people just want to be right about a lot of things. So I just know, a lot of times we have conversations. It's just like we just have different perspectives on a lot of things. We have the same perspectives on some things, but I think one good thing about this friendship is just like, we kind of hear each other out. We hear what we feel on each thing, and we don't look at someone differently for how they think about specific things. That's just his opinion. And
yeah, if he wants to be Muslim and I want to be Christian, that's on him.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change the cut you give it.
Yeah.
Nah, I try. Like I say, man, one thing I learned just like, first off, before we even switch into learning like how to be consistent with haircuts again, I think perceptions is something that people have to understand. Is like, bro, you have to be open when you're talking to anybody. Like, you can't just be one way thinking. Like, it's not gonna work, bro. You're gonna automatically want. I don't like to argue all day. That's not me. Like, I want to sit there and hear what you say and try to input it into my life as well, because it might be very helpful to me. You never know.
Yeah.
Like, even when people say, I'm not taking advice from a bum, like, how you gonna tell me how to be a millionaire? It's like, bro, you don't know what that man been through or where he been. You gotta, you know, he might have something for you. He might know the plug for real. You better, you know what I'm saying, tighten up. But hey, it is what it is.
Well, yo, let's talk about y'all side hustles for a bit. You know, you mentioned the clothing line in the beginning. Like, from idea, concept to actual creation and getting it out there, like, you know, what all went into that?
Man, I wanted, bro, my clothing line has really got an underlying serious meaning to it. And it's like, it's hard to push when you're trying to be thorough about a lot of things, which I love too. Because like I said, with haircutting, it took me a long time to push it, because it was like, this is what I wanted to do, but I was, you know, battling with the, oh, is this what you should be doing or not? So with the clothing line, I did the same exact thing. This is my clothing pieces right here, exploited on the pants as well. A lot of people was wondering why I named it exploited. I took the meaning of exploited. It means make full use of all resources, but the other meaning can also mean take advantage of somebody. So on this piece, I got a hoodie that goes to it. It's a Samoan pirates on it that go around and, you know, y'all ever seen Captain
Captain Phillip.
Yeah, Captain Phillip. So boom, on the movie it just shows them going around stealing everybody's stuff off the boat and trying to get their resources. But to me it was like, bro, them boys ain't got nothing. They going out there getting all their resources. I love it. They don't waste nothing either. Like, they instantly, I gotta grab everything I can and I'm gonna make full use of it. So I always use pirates to describe the brand and stuff like that. And then I got other stuff I use too, like pit bulls. I always put pit bulls on my clothing line because they've been exploited a lot through history. Like, being made to be a mean animal, in reality is the owner that make them mean. You know, I got a shirt where there's a pit bull in the middle of it and there's a bunch of police officers surrounding it, and he's got his head down all sad and depressed. And the meaning of the shirt is like, white people will look at the shirt and be like, man, why they doing that to that dog on that shirt like that? Right. And then I'll turn around and be like, that's how y'all do black people though.
Yep.
Now y'all care about them dogs way more than y'all care about black people. So imagine that was a black person, you wouldn't even care as much. You would be like, he might have did something crazy. In reality, you looking at that dog like, nah, they can't do that dog like that. So it's just whatever the brand is about, anything that could be exploited in history, you know what I'm saying?
Message. You know, on your side of things, you know, like dabbling into so many different types of cinematography, you know, how hard was it for you to get your thing off the ground and get, you know, to where your phone started ringing for work?
I think the best thing for me is just collaboration. I tell people this all the time. I was even talking to a videographer when I came in here earlier. But the best thing is like being an asset on set and providing a service that people need, right? So when I first started filming, I'll bring my camera, I'll do BTS. But when you really think about it, BTS only benefits you as the person shooting it. For example, if I go on the set for Lil Baby and there's a director and I shoot BTS, when I drop that BTS, everybody's gonna be like, oh, he shot for Lil Baby, this and that, but that's not really benefiting the director.
Right.
But if I get into something like lighting, gaffing, that's something everybody needs. So that's one thing I got into. I started with gaffing, lighting projects, and from there, my work was already good. When I started lighting my own videos, it kind of enhanced it. So you had a lot of people DMing me, directors like, "Man, your work is hard. We gotta collaborate." And that's a service I could offer to productions that can kind of get me in there. Because the problem now is like everybody wants to be a director, everybody wants to be the head person, but like you can come and get credits on a big. It's a lot of clients I worked with that had a credit as a DP or a gaffer for big videos that I wasn't directing, but I was coming in and putting my creative style on it and things like that. So a lot of times it's just collaboration and collaborating with people that are like-minded.
That's dope, man.
Mm-hmm.
How do y'all feel like y'all creatively inspire each other?
Man, with him being younger, honestly, and when you asked the question, I was hoping he spoke on how much business that he actually does get, because it's like, it was times, like I tell you, like being an entrepreneur, your business be so slow a lot of times, and it's like, you know, it might not even be as slow as you think it is. You might have still made a good market price, you just don't realize it. And it's like, I be talking to him, he's like, man, I got 2-3 videos that's calling me just today. I'm like, damn, how you doing that? But it's like, I look at what he does, it's like he's always uploading on Instagram. He's always doing his best work on his videos, and he was one of the first people to say, like, bro, I try to shoot my videos as good as possible, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't try to slack, but it was like, man, just with him being younger too, is like he's always in the mix with a lot of things that I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of like helps me out a lot, just listening to what he says about certain things, and I'd be like, he don't even know that I'm taking it in. It's like, I'm not gonna tell him, like, I'm not gonna let him know my car hand. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna let him know I ain't know that. I'm gonna just, you know, roll with the flow a little bit.
Got you. What about you?
Man, well, say the
So
question.
like, how do you guys creatively inspire each other?
Man, so I think, like I said earlier, Slim is very creative. So kind of like our workflow, I'm creative as well. But when we collaborate, it's not just I'm the director, you're the director. Like we have a really good system. So usually Slim comes up with an idea, for a video, right? He comes up with a video idea, and I make it make sense for a cinematography standpoint and a story standpoint. So it's like he'll come with an idea, and then I'll kind of come by and be like, we can remove this, or what if we add this to this? So it just works so perfectly, because a lot of times I've worked with clients before, and they say, because I think one thing that I gained from working with Slim is having a marketing mindset when I'm doing videos. A lot of times when you're doing videos, you can kind of do videos and you just get too much into it, too emotionally involved, to where it's like, this is my vision, and you're not thinking about, okay, I'm trying to sell something. Like I need a good marketing techniques in this video, like product placements, showing the product within the first 10 seconds of the video, things like that. I've had clients where, mind you, by this point, I shot a lot of commercials, a lot that went viral. I worked with a lot of people. Hey man, let's make a commercial that is very good that we can market. Nah, man, this is my vision. If they don't want to fuck with the video, then that's just them. All right, we do the video, flops.
Crickets.
Now, you want to know something I want to know off of that, though?
Yeah.
Is it safe to say that you can decline certain people based off of what they offer you? Like, you like, nah, I don't want to do it then, bro. I'm cool. Like, do you do that?
Yeah, so it really, now that I have more business, it's like I can really pick my clients now. So like I was mentioning earlier, when I was doing music videos where people were pointing guns and stuff like that, I'm not doing that no more. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not doing that. Like, yeah, I'm not doing that. But I just think a lot of times we do a lot of things we don't want to do sometimes when we don't have the opportunity. So I think like a lot of times when you have like the revenue coming in and you have the clientele, and like it's sometimes like people DM me like, bro, I'm trying to work. And the worst thing for a videographer to do is just be too eager, like, okay, let's shoot. When you trying to shoot? This and that. Sometimes you just have to be like, let's hop on a consultation call and have that call, and then just leave your hands. Don't even follow up. Because if they really want to shoot, they're going to shoot.
Yeah, and they're going to do what they got to do.
So
That's the game right there.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you straight up, every entrepreneur is going to learn, like, bruh, I hate that, bruh. Y'all gonna take this right here and run with it for real. So clients is like females. Every client ain't gonna last forever. It's like, I look at it like, you could get you a client to come in, right? You messing with them for a little bit and then they duck off, it's gone. But it's just your turn to cut their hair. It's just your turn to videographer them. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna last forever. So it's like, man, just remember, like, you wanna keep building your roster up no matter what. Cause they gonna leave or they gonna stay. Some of them loyal, some of them not. But it's just like dealing with females. You don't wanna instantly be locked in with everything, bro. It's like, you gotta use it for what it's good for at the time.
And not all money is good money either.
Facts.
Hey, and that's good verbal currency across every platform available, yo, for real. Yo, man, this has been one of the dopest ones. And something you said earlier about y'all dynamic, you said friendship. And that's very important because some people is like, yo, I'm the barber, this is my client. But the fact that y'all have a friendship, it just bleeds through. And man, like, yo, I can't wait to see what the future holds for you guys. Can't wait to see what this cut gonna look like. So we gonna get to it, man. And yo, man, it's just another fantastic conversation, man. Thank y'all for staying trim and true with us, man, for real.
Yeah, $1 million cuts, y'all.
Empty rooms, a broken heart, yeah. A little note on the table that I say to myself, it must be from you now. Empty room, a broken heart, yeah. A little note on the table that I say to myself, it must be from you.